All right, we are live. Peace and Black Power family. Welcome to another episode of Insuring Our Black Future with the Goddess of Restoration, Healing, Accountability, and Responsibility. Her Majesty, Divinity Goddess in the building, here to give us another lesson and another blessing and to keep us on the right track. So, without any further ado, it becomes my honor and privilege at this time to introduce some, present the others. Her Majesty, Divinity, Goddess.
Peace, and blessings to everybody watching this right now and to everyone who will watch this in the future. Of course, this is ensuring our Black futures. Um, so today, I really want to touch on. I want to touch on cash value life insurance because um, there is so much importance in cash value life insurance policies, especially when we are setting them up to uh, fund our retirement and, pretty much help us to keep some additional income available to us. And I say this because I was recently contacted by someone who started talking about they wanted to just get a term policy and invest the difference, which there's nothing wrong with that at all. Let me tell you this, like we are at a time financially where you need to be diversifying all your strategies as much as possible. So if your strategy is to buy term and invest the difference, hey, that's cool. Just make sure that you have what is considered safe money available to you. That is going to become extremely important because of the simple fact that if you cannot afford to lose any money in the stock market, buying term and invest the difference is going to bite you in the ass, so to speak. And I'm gonna keep it, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like wealthy people, um, they invest in cash value life insurance policies. And I got some books that I'm gonna hold up here shortly to kind of give you guys some reading that you can go look into this for yourself, and you'll see how the wealthy are actually utilizing cash value policies to fund their retirement, to fund business ventures, and even how Fortune 500 companies utilize cash value life insurance to fund CEO retirements and things like that. So if you're banking on putting all your eggs into the stock market in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and things like that, even any IRAs that are attached to the stock market, then you have to contend with losing money anytime the stock market loses any sort of money. And the average American already has less than $500 in their savings account. So if you don't have money put away, how are you going to sustain losing any sort of money in the stock market? So you have to be smart about it. Again, I'm not telling you that you shouldn't. I'm saying you need to diversify as much as possible and you need to have what is considered safe money. So, what do I mean when I say safe money? When I say safe money, I'm talking about these cash value policies like a whole life policy, an index universal life policy, a smart universal life policy. Variable universal life policies actually lose money as well because they are also in the stock market. But your whole life, your index universal life, and your smart universal life, those are not in the stock market and they're not going to run the risk of losing any money. So I need you to think about the last time the stock market crashed and know that we are actually due for another crash coming up. But back in what was that, 2008? The last time the stock market crashed, you had people that were within anywhere from a year to maybe 5 years of retirement that ended up losing their entire life savings because everything they had was in some sort of vehicle um, that was attached to the stock market. I'm on Facebook Live too, so I'm broadcasting live in two places. And Brian Tobias, no, my hair is not green; it's light blue. Don't worry, I'm touching up the blue tomorrow, so it'll be royal blue come tomorrow when I get a chance to wash my hair. So it's not green; it's the light behind me that's making it look green. Anyway, like I said, back in 2008, when the stock market hit, when the stock market crashed, I mean, so you had people that were within a year to 5 years of retirement that lost everything. So now I want you to think about all of those people who lost hundreds of thousands of dollars back in 2008 that were getting ready to retire, but could no longer retire because the stock market crashed and they lost everything because all of their investment vehicles were attached to the stock market. They did not have any sort of safe money whatsoever. So, what that does for you, if you lose money in the stock market, it typically takes you about 7 to 10 years for you to break even, to get back to where you started from. And then another, let's say, 3 to 10 years for you to potentially double what you lost. So, if you don't have that kind of time towards your retirement, then think about what that's going to do for you when it comes time when you're thinking about getting ready to retire and you've lost hundreds of thousands of dollars because everything you had for your retirement was in the stock market. And then not only that, but you're not thinking about your tax bracket when you retire. Typically, when you retire, you are in the highest tax bracket because you no longer have tax write offs. The kids are grown, the house is potentially paid off, or you're renting and the kids are grown. So you don't have those tax write-offs in order for you to be saved from paying the highest amount of taxes on what you do have coming into in your retirement years. Most people have no idea what that's going to look like for them. So let's say, for example, if you manage to save $500,000 for your retirement and you're in the 28th percentile of the tax bracket, um, so think about how much money that is going to be coming out of that $500,000 on a yearly basis. How long can you typically afford to retire? How long are you going to be able to retire? The average person has no idea how long they're actually going to be able to retire. And let me tell you this, when before I got into doing life insurance, I was an employment specialist out here at the Goodwill and an employment specialist for Foundation for Independent Tomorrow. And the amount of senior citizens I saw coming into our job fairs, coming in to update their resumes, coming in for interview practices um, was alarming. And a lot of these people, I will tell you, a good 90% of them were coming in there looking for work, not because they wanted to work, not because they wanted to get out of the house because they were bored, but because they had to work. They did not have money for retirement because nobody talked to them about retirement money. Nobody showed them how to put money away for their retirement. So these are things that we need to become very financially literate on. People are literally banking on these 401ks that they have through their jobs, thinking that that's going to be enough for them to be able to retire. And I'm here to tell you, it may not be. Now, like I said, diversify. I'm not telling you that buying term and investing the difference won't work for you. What I am telling you is that you need to diversify and not put all your eggs in one basket. Because what if the stock market crashes and you do lose everything because you do not have safe money? Then what are you going to do? You're going to have to work longer than you wanted to. So, like I said, I do have some books. Be Your Own Banker. These books are available on Amazon.com. So this is one. This is another one that you get, again, available on Amazon.com. And I'm holding these up here for a little bit, for a few seconds. So you guys can get the title, screenshot this, however you need to get this information. But I want you guys to look into these books. These are my extra copies. These are copies that I let clients utilize so that they can borrow it and read it and get the information that they need to help them better strategize their retirement plan. And all of these books are talking about cash value life insurance. So if anybody tells you that cash value life insurance is bad, they honestly have not been properly trained on how cash value life insurance can actually work for you. These books, again, are talking about cash value life insurance policies. And let me tell you, I'm going to go back to this one right here because I do have some stuff. I hope this is the one I highlighted. So I have my, yep, this is my own copy. So this right here will tell you, I'm going to show you a list of companies that actually utilize index universal life policies, aka cash value policies, to help them grow funds to pay severance packages for their CEOs, CFOs, COOs, all the top people in their company. These are some of the companies that actually utilize cash value life insurance policies. So again, if, like I said, if anybody tries to tell you that cash value policies are bad, they have not been properly trained on how to set them up and how to make them work for the clients. So just to name you a couple of actual people that use cash value life insurance policies to help their businesses grow, J.C. Penney was one, Walt Disney was another, Ray Kroc, the founder of McDonald's, Foster Farms. These are just a couple of the companies that actually utilize cash value life insurance policies to help keep their businesses afloat. So again, having somebody who's properly trained on how to set up cash value life insurance is really a huge benefit. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some agents out there that are not properly trained. There are some agents out there that are only worried about their commission, but not all of us are like that. Some of us actually do sit down and take all the time necessary to educate our clients on how to get these cash value policies to work for them. And this right here is one of the ways, like I said, that you don't have to worry about losing any money in the stock market whatsoever. If you want to have money in the stock market, great, go for it. I commend you on that. I have stocks and bonds as well. But you know what else I have? A cash value life insurance policy because I understand how this actually works. And I've shown people how this is going to work for them in their retirement years. I've actually helped parents of brand new babies set up policies to where they're going to be pulling out $50,000 a month in their retirement. So imagine if your child never goes to work for a traditional company. They're not putting any money in away into a 401k. They don't have to worry about what am I going to do for my retirement money. They have it right here in their life insurance. Life insurance can very well fund your retirement. And again, all of these books show you just how to do that. You know, knowledge is key, but applying that knowledge is where it actually comes in. And these are books that, like I said, I even let my clients borrow these so they can read them, so they can get the information, so that they can actually see that I am not trying to sell them any sort of pipe dream. No, the information I am actually giving them has been used by financial advisors out here. This stuff is available for you. All you have to do is go get these books, read it for yourself, and contact somebody like me who has an insurance license that can help you set this up to fund your retirement. Again, these books are available on Amazon.com if you want to go get them. And I've held them up, you know, twice now to make sure that I left you guys enough time to get the name of the book. And you can also inbox me, like, if you want, if you didn't have time to write it down, feel free to inbox me and ask me, hey, what were those books again? What's the title? What's the author? Go buy these books See for yourself how you can utilize life insurance to help you fund your tax free retirement. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm about sick and tired of paying taxes. To know that I have some tax free retirement coming in is beautiful. And even if I don't make it to retirement, guess what? The life insurance side of this is making sure that my beneficiaries are going to be well taken care of. That is the ultimate goal. Outside of me being able to fund my additional retirement, because I do have retirement through the military, being able to have some additional retirement money coming in is phenomenal. Like, you cannot beat this stuff, but we've got to stop with the mindset of buying term and invest the difference is the only way to go, because it's not. There is no such thing as a one size fits all life insurance policy. If that were the case, none of these other policies would be able to exist. So I let me reiterate that. Buy term and invest the difference is not a one size fits all solution. And anybody that tells you that this is the only thing you should be doing or this is the only thing you need to be doing, please take the time to educate yourself, because they are steering you wrong. Yes, it is a viable means of putting money to helping you fund your retirement. But again, you have to realize when they say buy term, invest the difference, they're talking about putting money into the stock market. The average person cannot afford to lose a single dollar, let alone thousands of dollars in the stock market. The average person is not equipped to be able to lose that kind of money. So make sure that you have some safe money put aside. Diversify. Again, I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm telling you to diversify. Do I have a term policy as well? Absolutely. Do I have safe money? Absolutely. I have it through both of these are through my life insurance. I have a term policy and I have a policy, um, cash value policy that's going to help me fund my tax-free retirement. Again, like, hold on, where's it's the of course it would be the very last book. Tax-free retirement through the form of life insurance. That's what this book is talking about. It's giving you all the information you need to know. It's answering all the questions you may potentially have about how to utilize life insurance as a tax-free retirement vehicle. I'm not making this stuff up. I can't make this stuff up. I'm not that creative. But what I am is a person who is smart enough to utilize the tools right here in front of me to make sure that I am going to be taken care of in my retirement. And I've done the same thing for my daughter. I've done the same thing for other people who have children. I've done the same thing for other adults who want to have tax free money in retirement. Nobody want to be paying those. We don't even know what the taxes are going to be by the time we retire. For those of us that are in our 40s, 30s, and 20s, we don't know what taxes are going to be looking like by the time we retire. Them things could be ridiculously out of control. They could be up to like 30, 40, 50% messing around with these people that's running our government. And you want to put your retirement in their hands? Nah, I don't think so. So again, I'm gonna show you guys these books again. Being Your Own Banker, Wealth Beyond Wall Street, Money, Wealth, and Life Insurance, How the Wealthy Use Life Insurance as a Tax-Free Personal Bank. Man, it tells you this right here. How the wealthy use it. Like, everybody wants to be wealthy, but we ain't trying to make moves like the wealthy. Well, it's right here in the title. And then tax-free retirement. So please, please, please. Now listen, sometimes, I know I come across people all the time who are their funds are very limited and they can only afford a term policy. I don't knock people. Get what you can get. Like, start off with what you can afford to get, and then when your income allows you to be able to upgrade your policy, upgrade your policy. It's no different from you starting out in a starter house or a starter car. You get what you can afford at the time, and then you upgrade when you're able to. And that's the same thing that I tell my clients all the time. Like, if they tell me they can only afford to spend X amount of dollars a month on a policy, I am going to get them the policy that's in their current budget, because I don't want them to try to get something that they're not going to be able to pay for, and is going to be a financial hindrance to them in the meantime. Like, I want them to be able to make sure that they have peace of mind by getting the coverage they can afford. And then when they're able, come back. Let's chop it up about these kind of policies, these cash value policies, and let's get you into something that's going to help you fund your retirement. That is an amazing thing to be able to do, is to have a tax-free retirement. Because what you currently have, unless you have, what is it, a Roth IRA, you're going to have to pay taxes on it later. And you have no idea what those taxes are going to look like, but you're banking on having all of this money in retirement, and you have no idea what the taxes are going to look like for you. Um, so again, like I said, I'm not telling you that you should just have a cash value policy. No, I'm telling you diversify. I'm telling you get everything that you can get within your budget, and make sure that you're covered from A to Z. If you can afford to buy a term, invest the difference, and have a cash value policy, do it all. Do it all. Because again, these are the moves that the wealthy are making. And my job is to educate you on how to make some generational wealth for you and your family. So that is my life insurance, ensuring our Black future, making moves like the wealthy, for this third Thursday of February. Um, what else is going on with me outside of life insurance? If you haven't seen the post that I was tagged in earlier, or if you didn't see me post the door sign being put up for Ashe Healing House, I am one third owner of Ashe Healing House out here in Las Vegas. And what is Ashe Healing House? Ashe Healing House houses myself doing Reiki readings, spiritual counseling. Um, we also have Drashir Whitfield, who is the owner of the Richest Touch Therapeutic Massage. And we have the fabulous Jasmine Danielle and Sharik Brown, who are owners of Kingdom and Queendom Cultivation, that are opening the first and only Black owned crystal shop in all of Las Vegas. Our grand opening is going to be March 13th. So please stay tuned for the actual time. We have the date. We just got to work on the time. We're still getting everything together in there. So I've got that going on. Of course, always with the life insurance, I'm never going to stop talking about that. And I am partnering up with a funeral home out here to help bring pre-need coverage to people who are interested in getting pre-need, just to pay for their cremation, and later on their funeral costs. I'm doing that as well. So these are things that I already have in place and that are coming up for me. And of course, Soulful Creations 23 with the skincare and jewelry products. That is all the stuff that I do. And I have one phone number for all of my businesses: 702-330-5706. You can reach out to me at that number for any one of my services. The biggest thing I want to touch on today, though, is life insurance. Man, we have to make sure that we have policies in place so that our families are not having to rely on GoFundMe, fish fries, car washes, anything. Like, let's make sure that we're putting life insurance in place and keeping these policies to make sure that our families can not only put us in the ground or cremate us if that's our choice, but also leave some money behind. Life insurance is a phenomenal way to create wealth for families. And again, these books tell you how the wealthy have been doing it. Like, they are killing the game with this. Like, we're the ones that are playing catch up. The tools and the information are out here, so there's no excuse for us to say that we don't know or nobody ever told us. I just gave you 4 books that you can go purchase off of Amazon Um, and you can read for yourself to see how you can make cash value life insurance work for you and your family and your loved ones, your children. Set them up. You can set them up as soon as you have a social security number for them. That's what it takes for these kind of policies for our children. Why wouldn't we want to set them up like this? Why shouldn't they have the very best of everything, since we love our children so dearly? Like, this is the kind of stuff that we need to be doing and putting in place for our families as well. So right now I am going to ask Jonathan Bourne Jackson if he has any questions for me, because like I said, I am doing Do the Knowledge Radio, a live broadcast on StreamYard and YouTube, as well as my Facebook Live, getting all this information out to people. Um, so again, if you have questions for me, you can inbox me, or you can text or call me at 702-330-5706. So now I got to wait and see if, because he's in the middle of doing two shows right now. So I got to see if he heard me and comes back on and has any follow up questions for me. If you're still watching on my Facebook Live, if you have any questions, please ask me now, and I will definitely do my best to answer any questions that you may have. If I don't know the answer, I'm definitely going to go find it for you. So, anybody on Facebook have any questions? Um, while I sit here and wait for Jonathan to see if he's listening, because like I said, I know he's doing two broadcasts right now. Um, and if you're in Vegas and you have a podcast, reach out to me. I am definitely open to getting out here and getting this information out on as many platforms as possible, because this is the kind of information we need to be disseminating. These are the kind of conversations we need to be having with our families and our close circles and our friends, to make sure that people are taken care of, not just physically, mentally, and emotionally, but also financially. This is definitely an important conversation for us to have. Um, so again, I'm waiting for him to see if he is listening, if he's going to come back on here and have any follow up questions for me. Before I skedaddle up off here. Andre, if you're still on here, what is it that you said you do? So I can have a quick conversation with you. He might not still be on here, but I'll text you, Andre, and see what it is you're talking about that you do. See if I can be of some assistance for you in your facility. And yep, he cannot hear me. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off on my Facebook again. Please go back and rewatch this so you can get those book titles, or inbox me, text me, and I will definitely give you this information. I'll shoot you a copy of these book covers so you can get them for yourself. And again, my phone number to reach out to me is 702-330-5706. Again, I want to thank you guys for taking the time to tune in and listen. Um, and as always, if you have any questions about life insurance, or about healing, about Reiki, about oracle card readings, about spiritual counseling, by all means, hit me up. I am more than willing to talk to you about any of those things. And I just want to say again, peace and blessings, love and light. Stay safe, love on your people, and stay woke, stay vigilant, keep your eyes open, keep your third eye open, and be prepared for anything that comes your way. Love and light to you all. Jonathan, are you listening? Can you hear me before I jump off here? No? Not listening? Can't hear me? You're on the other show? Well, I've dropped my info several times on here, and I do have to get off here and take care of some things. So I will see you on the third Thursday of next month, which will actually be March 18th after my grand opening at Ashe Healing House. So peace and blessings to you and stay safe, love and light.
Empathic Theater with me, Oba. 30 plus episodes on spiritualism is now available on Vimeo and demand. Topics include spiritual cleansing, how to build your first Boveda, succubus and incubus, witches, warlocks, and many, many more. Browse the Medina Productions Vimeo page and learn at your own pace. All lectures are available to buy and rent. And once a month, participate in an exclusive live Q&As brought to you by Medina Productions and hosted by myself, Oba Adedaya. Visit omedina.com for details. See you soon.
Yeah. Now we gonna tell them that in front. We tell them like this, yo. I'm an African. I'm a African. I'm an African. I'm a African. Yeah, y'all like that? No more. This man's mind is open. I'm an African. I'm a African. I'm an African. I'm a. Let's get
and
back
that
to
motive
the
is best developed by recognizing the common enemy.